Hey guys, it's me, Jeffrey again. So today I wanted to talk about really the events of yesterday that I found very interesting, and also about what about the relaunch of the Zack Snyder shirts that I also find interesting with how short they are. So to so guess I'll start off with the shirt with the just Zack Snyder's Justice League 2020 t-shirts and hoodies the relaunch and yesterday and the last video I made like a short little tidbit thing on why I think that there's something big going down on Zack Snyder's birthday, and and really I think there's more proof of that because shout out to Koj for actually pointing this out for me. He he when I checked at the time of the tweet, he said that the relaunch is 9 days, not 9 hours. And so that really caught my attention because then so because I was thinking why 9 days and why the short relaunches, and I honestly don't know how the business works, so that might also be it, that I don't understand it. But what I found interesting was that when I went to my calendar and looked at what was 9 days away, on the ninth day there's really nothing special. That's the last day of February. But what's interesting is the 10th day, which is Zack Snyder's birthday. So I found that interesting because it just with the timing of it seemed a little too convenient with that. So to me, like that's really in the vault of something that might have something to do with something that's going down at Zach's birthday. And so then we go into something that yeah, with that out of the way, I let's move on to this Ben Affleck one-on-one interview that's been going on for a few days, and really it started off with someone that I found on my Facebook group, which I'm going to also give him a shout out, really, because he really does deserve the credit for pointing this out. And he posted, and his name is Joe Bateman on Facebook, and he took a and he posted a quote from the Ben Affleck one-on-one interview that's been going on for a while. So here it is. Things aren't looking great, Diane. The way back opens in theaters on March 6th, and I have another exciting film coming out sometime later this year, but the studio let won't let me tell you what that one even is. Now, let's go down. Now, for those of you who have been watching the two interview segments on YouTube, on ABC's YouTube channel, those now you would be saying, "Oh, there's nothing on there. There's nothing on there. It's fake." But then what? So then, when I was watching part two, I was something felt a bit odd because really as I've been, and then what that odd thing is that there was no thank you for your time and then a cut. It was just hold on. Let me let me just hold on 1 second. Doom, doom, doom. So Ben Affleck is America. So hold on. So this is part one. Hold on again. And so then we go to videos once again. And this is what I found interesting in part two. And let's see if you guys can find it. Man, what's up with the Wi-Fi? So here's what I found interesting. This is from ABC News towards the end of the interview.
5 years from now, you want people to say Ben Affleck is.
5 years from now, Ben Affleck is sober and happy and sees his kids 3.5 days a week and has made 3 or 4 movies that are interesting to him, directed 2 that he's hopefully proud of, and is in a healthy, stable, loving, committed relationship.
See you in 5 years.
Been 5 years. I really set myself up for that one, didn't I? Better make it now.
And there he is. You know, he says one of the things.
Okay. So for those of you who haven't quite gotten it to really, what I found interesting in that little thing is that in the end of the video, they don't mention that that's the end of the interview, or there's not even a sign of it that is the end of the interview for part two. So really, this could also be in part three if there is a part three, which I do expect there to be because really it kind of cut off in a awkward point for an ending of a interview. And so then we go, and as you can tell, they were talking about his future really. So really, I think that is where that quote comes from. So then we go into, and then what I found interesting so now let's go to the quote itself where it says right here, and back, the way back opens in theaters on March 6th, and I have another exciting film coming out later this year, but the studio won't let me tell you what that one even is. So here's what I found interesting about that through a simple Google search. So if you look at upcoming Ben Affleck movies, you will find upcoming Ben Affleck movies, and as you can see here, there's The Way Back. And so here are the movies that are coming for 2020 that Ben Affleck is a part of: The Way Back and Deep Water. Now, Deep Water is actually here's where the grammar part comes in if you read through the lines. Now, if we're talking about now for Deep Water, it's a movie that is actually produced by 20th Century Fox, not Warner Brothers. And so, and really, what the quote says here, let me go back to the quote. it says, but the studio. Now the studio part caught me he because obviously they're talking about Warner Brothers and all that, and really, so other way to there's really no other way to say that there's no reason to say Warner Brothers has I'm in Warner Brothers. I have another movie that is coming out this year, and so really the fact that he says the studio and if it was 20th Century Fox, he would have said I have another exciting movie coming out that's on and but on 20th Century Fox, but the fact that he doesn't is alarming to me because again, like why would he not mention that? But really, as you can tell in this really tell they're really talking about the way back and Warner Brothers, and so Warner Brothers is the main topic. So he says the studio because they are talking about Warner Brothers. So yeah, really, there's that. So really, what is the exciting movie that Warner Brothers doesn't want him to tell them about? So then we go into, of course, the Zack Snyder post. Now, for those of you now, Zack Snyder did post Ben Affleck as as Batman in the nightmare getup, and so what found me interesting that is really something that nobody is talking about. Now we do know that now people have talked about the fact that he's things in posting things in color, right? But there, if you do have a good memory, Zack Snyder broke another pattern. And that pattern is this. There was no caption. Now, for those of you who don't know, really, like, patterns are really kind of a very something interesting for me that I always keep an eye on for. And like for now, people who there have been there was posts with black and white only, and then years later he started posting in color, starting in 2020. So then yesterday, when he posts a image it has no caption, that really catches my eye. Where because I'm thinking like where that's interesting. Where's the caption and riddle caption really? So then with that is very interesting to me, and what also is very and yeah, really like here's there's something else I want to yeah, the really it has to do with the number 9 really, and really the whole number 9 thing itself. And let let's find that out together. And so here is what the number 9 means. The number 9 is what it basically means is a is of what number 9 means it's a number of universal love and eternity, faith, universal spiritual laws, and the and the concept of karma, and basically everything that has to do with this spiritual enlightenment. So really, like I just find that kind of very interesting, who where one definition really kind of stood out, and that was really about the whole was the concept of karma. And so basically, if Zack Snyder's Justice League shirts are of his campaign, then there's a reason for him to put that, because maybe 9 days, uh, well, 8 days now, in 8 days' time, karma will strike. So yeah, that's a lot to think about. So really, that also adds to, so now with 8 days until Zack Snyder, or no, 9 days, yeah, with it, Zack Snyder's birthday up ahead, there might be karma ahead. So yeah, that's the video, and tell me what you guys think. And I wanted to say thank you, Koj, for the heads up about the whole Zack Snyder shirt 9 days thing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.